My name is Simone, and I'm a sophomore at Queen's University. And today I'll be interviewing Logan Leinbach. Logan is an apprentice at WIRC Millwork. WIRC specializes in commercial and high-end residential space making through manufacturing custom cabinetry, bars, booths, tables, wood panels, and so much more. Hello, Logan. How are you today?
I am good. How are you?
Good. Can you tell me a little bit about how you found out about your apprenticeship?
So to go back a little bit further, I started out going to the local community college. I was originally going for mechanical engineering. And during my time at the community college, I was looking for a sort of part-time job that I can go gain more experience towards my career. And I spoke with a lady at Schoolcraft, the community college, about she helps people find apprenticeships and part-time jobs, and she found me a part-time job at the place at Burke Architectural Millwork. And I worked there part-time for a year, still going to school for engineering. And during that year, I decided that this is what I like to do. I don't really want to go down the path of a 4-year education, and I like the hands-on skilled trade. So I sat down with my boss and we looked at the Department of Labor apprenticeships, and we didn't exactly like the Department of Labor apprenticeships that were already preset. So we created our own apprenticeship from scratch. So we combined the different aspects, and it was a 2.5-year process, but we finally got it approved. So that's
Wow, that's amazing.
sort of the story of the apprenticeship.
That is awesome. Can you please give a general overview of your apprenticeship and how many years has it been since you've been in your apprenticeship?
So the apprenticeship is competency-based. There are, I believe, 140 different skills I need to master before I can graduate from the apprenticeship, which there's skills such as using certain tools, quoting and estimating, project management, installing. There's a wide variety. And the apprenticeship typically takes about 3 years, and I just finished my 3 years of the apprenticeship back in December, and I will be graduating with the apprenticeship in April.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And then the second part to this question is, where do you see your program, or do you see yourself, in your program within like a year? I know you said you're about to graduate, so do you have any plans like that's like after the internship, or?
I plan on continuing to stay with the company.
Okay.
I really like it here. I really like the atmosphere, and I think that's about it.
Okay, perfect. I'm glad you like it. My next question is, what education do you need to have prior to your apprenticeship?
So the education, part of it is on-the-job training. So working in the shop, working in the office, as well as installing. But there is also classes to take at the local community college. So I took, I believe, a total of 16 classes. And these were CAD classes, CNC classes, and general. I had to take some general classes as well.
Okay, thank you. Is there any courses that you wish you should have taken, or you wanted to take prior to your apprenticeship, or no?
I think I've taken as many classes as I would like to.
Okay.
There are a few more advanced like CNC and CAD classes I'd like to take in the future. on my own, but
Okay, cool. What do you enjoy most about your apprenticeship program?
what I enjoy most is that it's a mix of everything. It's the way we set up the apprenticeship is it's not only CNC, it's not only CAD drafting, it's a mix of everything. So it's the CNC, CAD drafting, I work in the shop, I install, I do project management. It's a little bit of all there is in the field.
Okay, thank you so much. And so you mentioned how apprenticeships are pretty much a journey and you grow as you're an apprentice. So I understand that you're about to graduate, but can you just tell me briefly, reflecting on your time as an apprentice? Like, were there any hardships that you faced? And then how did you overcome those hardships? And what was like your most favorite thing about the apprenticeship?
Mm-hmm. It was a little bit difficult at first trying to get used to the how sort of complex different things can be, but once I learned them, it became a lot easier and it's pretty much second nature. And throughout the apprenticeship, towards the end, one of the classes I had to take was a capstone project. So I was tasked with project managing from start to finish, as well as designing, building, and installing a project, which was really cool because you could see from the beginning of my apprenticeship, I wouldn't have been able to do any of that. Near the end, I was able to project manage the entire job.
Wow, that's amazing. What was your capstone project on?
It was actually for the community college. It was a display case for the community college.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
That's really cool. So I'm sure that you speak with friends who are on the more traditional path of college as far as like either 2 or 4 year college education. But what benefits do you believe being an apprentice has over the traditional path of post education?
I think the biggest thing is that I walked out of the apprenticeship with no student debt.
Mhm.
I have a career that I can have for the rest of my life, and I don't have any student debt. And I learn a skilled trade, which is very useful. And it's been very helpful.
That's amazing. And then my next question for you is, what things surprised you that you have learned about the woodworking industry? Like things you really didn't know before that you now know and that you're really excited about?
One of the things that really surprised me was the need for architectural millwork and other things that we build. Like if you go into a restaurant, I never really thought about it, but who builds the booths? Who builds the bar? And it's really cool walking into a bar or a restaurant and seeing the things that were built and kind of have an appreciation for those things that are being built, as well as the field of woodworking and manufacturing. There's so many advancements now in the technology, like the CNC and CAD, and it's really exciting to see that transition to more advanced technology.
It's amazing. For those who don't know what CNC and CAD is, can you just briefly describe what those two types of technology are?
CAD is, the acronym stands for computer aided drafting. So it's drawing and designing on the computer, and then we can take those drawings and use those to build off of. And CNC is, the acronym for CNC stands for computer numerical control. So the CNC that we have at work, it's a big table. You can put piece of plywood or any kind of wood on, and you can cut it out with a router, which you can cut pieces out to any shape you want. So it's pretty much a saw that's controlled by a computer.
Wow, that's really cool. And then have you networked in the woodworking industry?
I have. I was invited to the AWFS fair in Las Vegas. AWFS, I believe, stands for Architectural Woodworking and Furnishing Suppliers. So there was a fair in Las Vegas, and they asked me to speak there on the apprenticeship and kind of let other people know about the apprenticeship and the benefits to apprenticeships. So I got to talk to many people there, which was really cool.
Excellent. So my last question for you today is, what would you suggest to anyone considering being a part of an apprenticeship?
I would suggest it doesn't hurt to look into it. If you're not sure about whether you want to do a 4-year degree, a 2-year degree, apprenticeship, there's many resources out there. You can talk to your local community colleges, talk to your local colleges, and they can help you set something up and take tours of facilities, different manufacturing facilities, and just sort of get connected and try to find what best fits you.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Logan, for joining me today and having me interview you. And thank you all for joining us as well. If you would like to learn more about woodworking apprenticeships, please visit the WIRC Q career page and find out how WIRC can help you with your career development. Until next time, have a great week.